Hey, good morning, everybody. I recently heard someone share an experience regarding um, they were regarding something in a situation where they were going through a persecution, and that story kind of that when I was listening to that, it kind of led me to this parable in the Bible in book of Matthew, chapter 18, verses 21 to 35, um, where Jesus introduces us to a parable um, about a man who owed this king couple $1 million, and when king ordered him to pay off all his debt, the man begged and plead, and king has pity on him and forgives him of his debt. And as the man is leaving, he runs into his servant who owed him a couple of $1,000, and the servant does the same thing. He asks this man to forgive him of his debt, but the man doesn't have pity on him. The man orders his servant to be thrown in jail until he can pay off his debt. So when this king finds out about this man, he brings him back in, and in verse 33 or 34 it says, the king says, shouldn't you have mercy on your servant just as I had mercy on you? Meaning, I forgave you of your debt. Why couldn't you forgive your servant? So the king gets upset and he throws him in jail to be tortured and pay off his debt um, until his debt is paid off. So this story kind of is, if I make it practical, a lot of the times, we find ourselves in a situation where we feel persecuted. We are going through persecution. We're persecuted, and we pray to God. We're begging and pleading, and we're asking for mercy. We're asking for mercy from that person who's persecuting us. So a lot of the times, the deliverance doesn't come through. It's I think it's because what happens is sometimes as we are being persecuted, we may be so. Let me put it this way: we may be persecuted in one dimension, but in another area, a lot of the times what happens is that we might be the persecutors. And what happens in this situation is that our self-righteousness a lot of the time kicks in, and we kind of ignore that we're persecuting someone else, and then the area where we are being persecuted, we're begging and pleading for mercy. And a lot of the times, we don't get delivered in that situation. Sometimes we do get delivered, but then just like this parable, we fall right back into another situation where we're under another persecution. So this kind of keeps going on and on and on. So it's very possible to be just and the word persecution, it's very simple. I know it's in the Bible. It's been used for, as Jesus was persecuted on the cross, and as people were being beaten. They use the word persecution or persecute. But the word persecution basically, it means mistreatment. So that could be anything. So a lot of the times, I think what we should do is that if we find ourselves under such a certain persecution, I think we should evaluate our other relationships. To see like if that we're not the persecutor in other relationships, whether it's with our spouse or our in-laws, our parents, our brothers and sisters, our uncles and aunts, or 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 church family, or in the ministry, or at work, your neighbors, and you want to make sure that you are showing someone else mercy if you are the persecutor, so you could receive mercy when in the area that you are being persecuted. So a lot of the times, I think this because of this situation, we find ourselves frustrated and we don't see the deliverance. So I myself have experienced this a lot. I don't know if anybody might be going through the same situation and wondering what's going on. So I encourage you to evaluate your relationships and apply the commandment of forgiveness. It's the best thing. Forgive the person, and in return, you'll receive forgiveness from the person who's persecuting you. Hope this helps. Peace.